Thanks so much for checking out Branch Out Guitar. I'm John Branch, and today we're going to be talking about tuning, so let's get started. So today I'm going to show you two ways of tuning your guitar, and they're both predicated on assuming one thing, and that is that your E string, that's the 6th string here, is basically in tune. This is just going to be a method to tune the guitar with itself without a tuner. So here's our E, the 6th string. So we're going to tune all these other strings in relation to that one note. You can use this video if you want to tune your guitar up here to practice the tuning as well. So here we go, starting with the 6th string E. What we're going to do is we're going to play the note at the 5th fret on that 6th string, and then we're going to match the next open string up with that pitch. So here's the note, it's the note A, and then you play this note, and you want to listen, this is really important, you want to listen to how those two notes compare with each other. And then you adjust accordingly. So it's also really important to give yourself enough space in between playing those two notes so that you can hear the relationship. If you play them too fast, it's kind of hard to know which note is what. So if you play back and forth like this, it just kind of sounds off and you're not really sure what you're tuning to. So here you're playing 5th fret and then wait and then, okay. So that note sounds a little bit lower, so we need to raise it up. And what you can listen for, I'll turn it up a little bit more, what you can listen for is sound vibrations clashing with each other. So you're going to get, there's this kind of this wobble effect when the two notes are out of tune with each other, and as they get in tune, it evens out, kind of like an AKG where it flatlines. So you'd have, that's lower, so I'm going to hold them out together and bring them in tune with each other. So I'm raising the note there, and as they get in tune, you get a much more even sound that way. And the pitches sound the same. So continuing on, we're going to do the same thing on the next set of strings. We'll play the 5th fret on the 5th string, and then wait, listen for the next string. That's actually pretty good. Maybe a little bit higher. I'm going to bring it down just a hair. Even. Then we go into the next string. So 5th fret on the 4th string. So you can listen there, that note is going to be lower than the original note, so we're going to raise that pitch up to tune. And then we're listening for the sound vibrations afterwards. Same pitch. So this is the one exception here on the 3rd string. Instead of playing the 5th fret like we did on the other strings, we're going to play the 4th fret and then playing the next open string. That actually sounds a little bit higher, so I'm going to lower the pitch, still listening for that same flat line. Sounds pretty good. And then for the last two strings, you go back to the 5th fret. Way low, so we're going to raise that pitch up. So you can hear the pitches being the same, and you can also hear the sound vibrations canceling each other out, so it's real flat sounding. The other way of tuning the guitar is using harmonics. It really only goes for string 6, 5, 4, and 3. To play the harmonic, you're going to lightly rest your finger on top of the string without pressing it down right over the fret. So in this case, we would play right over the actual 5th fret. That's right here next to this dot. And this is just a way to kind of get the pitch a little bit higher so it's easier to hear. But you'd play the 5th fret, or 5th fret harmonic here, and going over to the next string, you'd play the 7th fret harmonic. And you're listening for the same thing, listening that the pitches stay the same, and you're listening for the lack of those sound vibrations clashing against each other. So these should all still be more or less in tune, since we just tuned. Same thing on the next set of strings. Flat, and then It's a little easier there. I had to make a little bit of adjustment from what we did before. And then you don't really have a method here on this other set of strings. It's best to just go down to the 4th fret like we did with the other one. And then you're high enough here, you can still hear these just the same way. I wouldn't use the harmonic method right there. So this is a way to tune the guitar with itself. You don't need a tuner in order to do this. It's good to use a tuner if you need to tune the guitar so that it's in tune with other instruments. But this, if you tune it this way, all the chords that you're playing and all the scales and leads and whatever else you might be playing, that'll all be in tune with each other. So thanks so much for checking out Branch Out Guitar. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and share below. And check out branchoutguitar.com for more information. We'll see you next time.